The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And this will not be returned to start the game. The new rule here in effect. A fair catch will bring this out to the 25-yard line.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And ultimately this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And again, it's Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run. And now 2nd and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb,
his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in L.A.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll begin on the ground here with Evans.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that would draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Now it's Stafford.
This one swung out to Williams. There he goes, left side. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Byron Young there on the stop. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now Watson.
Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice game for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. Here's Watson, option left. And the ball is knocked out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Watson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown!
James Prochet.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll toss this out right for Evans. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Watson, off play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 65 yards. And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, They know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well. A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ethan Evans on now to punt. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
All right, fellas, all right. One more time. Let's go. Let's make some noise.
Oh, what you're working with. Teamwork, baby. That's right.
Get it together. Man up. Man up.
They don't want it.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is it. We're counting on you.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And they'll run forward with Evans. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. On their own side of the field, close to the 50, but their own side of the field, they only needed a couple of inches, and they were able to get it done.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a zone blocking team, a man blocking team, gap blocking, whatever you want to call it. When it's in this situation, it's really man on man, isn't it? Who's going to win the battle? And right there we saw it. At the point of attack, find enough yardage to pick up a first down. Give him credit for that one.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Hey, 22.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson. He's looking deep for Bell. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Ready. Middle. Like 7.
Come on, boys. Let's counter up. Okay, let's control the trenches.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were...
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. John Johnson with the INT. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 15.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Big 20.
A final shot before the break. Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Stafford on first down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson sliding out of the pocket. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Rams will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 9.
Monday.
Here's Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
32. Hey, give me radar. What are you hot?
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Flushed out right. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. but I certainly didn't expect them to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll roll, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson under pressure. They got him again. Byron Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going across the formation, and Chubb brings it in. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Stafford to his #1 guy Cup for a Los Angeles first. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Stafford's pass complete. He's got Kupp down to the 10. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, 58 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. The Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2. Complete at the 1. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. But still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, 49 yards. And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has it.